(2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending into fourth dimensional collective consciousness. Azure,
Grand Rising Captain.
can you give me the update on third dimensional planet Gaia?
Yes, Christo, with pleasure. Gaia 3D currently is under critical condition. It seems there is a large amount of humans that have forgotten who they are, causing confusion, division and war driven by fear.
Thank you, Azure. Before we head down to Gaia, can you give me any information about the 3D world, as it's been a while since I've been there?
Sure, the 3D Gaia. We will face much resistance from negative polarity beings as a dual plane. Karma and Dharma are in effect. There is free will. It will be wise to protect our energy and hold love.
Alright, thank you, Azure. Sounds like we have quite the task at our hands. But that's why we're here, and that's why we've been called upon in the Galactic Federation to go down to planet Gaia, the 3D realm. Alright, Azure, let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's hit the time portal and make sure we land in the present day, Mother Gaia, third dimension. Whoa, oopsies. Yeah, not that one. Okay, let's try this one. Maybe this is the portal. Oh, yeah. Azure, this is a little too far in the future. I think we need to kind of go back a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Modern day Earth.
Captain Christo, as we approach, I will prepare our guest suite on the mothership for the souls we hold space for. Oh, and Captain, I will be sure to leave plenty of storage for earthly food delights to take for our travels.
Oh my gosh, Azure, you never fail to make me laugh. You know those earthly delights? That good old food of earth. Absolutely gotta have that food of earth. Thank you, Azure. Alright. It is time. It's time to make our way down to 3D Gaia. To hold space, show love, compassion, bridge the conscious collective, and help provide knowledge and wisdom and tools so fellow souls can remember who they are, live in a unified mind state with a harmonious being, with holistic, conscious practices and tools that they may access efficiently and quantumly.
Welcome aboard. I am Azure. Please get cozy. Grab a tea, snacks or crystals as we prepare for a sacred light conversation. The sacred holding space is down the hall to the left. Wholeness, balanced love. Our sacred guest, Yahira Lobos, is the founder of Crystal Nations Collective, peer advocate and activist for those suffering with mental and emotional imbalances. She is a facilitator of the Rainbow Medicine Wheel ceremonies since 2013. Yahira holds talking circles gifted by Chief Phil Lane. She is a diverse space holder with certifications in social emotional education, Hearthread meditation and quantum healing. Thank you for joining us as we dive into Yahira's sacred light.
Those that would like to build a medicine wheel, a rainbow medicine elemental wheel, come. Share your medicine for the planet, for Mother Earth. May we become stewards and build community back into the sacred circle, back into the sacred heart.
Grand Rising and Grand Day to everybody out there. Welcome to another episode of the Sacred Light Conversation Podcast. I am your host, Marcus Christolight, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And today, we are joined
Giving thanks.
Happy Earth Day, Divine Sister. And thank you for joining me today on this beautiful and special day as we are here to share space with our sister, as we are also here to celebrate the day that she was born into this earth in this lifetime. Thank you for being with us today as our sacred guest on the podcast. I'll hand it over to you so you may introduce yourself to the collective. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Christolight Robbins. Thank you for his secret light conversations, for leaving no man or woman behind, allowing us to all come together on this hero's journey during this time that is very prophetic. There are many prophecies on all of the continents that are in fruition. We are fulfilling every continent, their prophecy, whether we come from Africa or Hawaii or from the Middle East or from Tibet, Japan, Tokyo, to all of our third world countries, South America, to all of our beloved brothers and sisters of the North. We want to give thanks to all of our benefit guides of the North, to the East, to the West, to the South, all those that are above, to below, all that is below. Opening up our sacred heart, that is the direction of within in the medicine wheel. May all of our benefit guides of each of the directions know that we love you. We thank you. We honor you. We respect you. Come and be with us today as Yahira Lobos, myself, Francine DiGeorgio, is integrating all of those parts of thyself to come into wholesome wellness and awareness. I want to say thank you for this opportunity to use my voice It's been a long time coming to come in a place that I feel grounded in my heart, well, worthy. And as I share that, I bring my vulnerability to the masses for the sacred reason of my great purpose here in life. I am the founder of Crystal Nations Collective. I am here to be a voice amongst the voiceless for those that identify with being lost, broken, mentally ill, those that have suffered mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Great Creator wants me to be really vulnerable and to share my heart, my tears with you, because this is a day I was born October 22nd, 1971. And I speak on behalf of all of the star seeds that are out there that are just realizing and remembering who we really are. I was born in the city of suffering, and up until I was 41, I said that I was here to suffer. But the truth is that we are ending human suffering. It wasn't until I got sober, after a brutal wake-up call in New York City, I found myself getting arrested by these undercover cops for just breaking up a fight. Was I at the wrong place at the wrong time trying to break up a fight? No. My soul actually asked to receive this wake-up call in such a brutal way because I needed that to wake up, because my whole life I was born in this world as a really sensitive indigo child, like a structure buster, somebody who would call out all that opposed humanity, anything that suppressed, repressed, and oppressed. I was a voice that spoke out to every institution, to every school, to every religious, spiritual figure, authority figures, to the very hierarchy themselves. I was wondering as a child who came into this world backwards, 2 broken ribs, to remember, I believe, that Yeshua, Yahweh, is the way that I've been following, to have compassion and to have love here for Mother Earth, all of her creatures, and all of humanity. As a child, I suffered from being sexually abused, to being raped, to being in many domestic abusive relationships as a young woman. I made really poor decisions and didn't love myself and thought I was unworthy. I had a lot of shame, blame, and guilt. I lived a really hard life and went and fell to drugs at a young age, and we became institutionalized in a rehab called Daytop at the age of 16. And what I'm going to be sharing with you all today is about the vision that I had when I was 16 in 1987, while the harmonic convergence was happening. I myself received a vision of what is known as Crystal Nations today. And because I had a connection to gemstones, to crystals, I've been collecting them since I was a child. And when I became 41 years old and got arrested in New York City in 2012, I heard a voice ask me to choose a side. And that meant, what path do I want to choose? The Hopis speak about the prophecies of there would come a time when the earth was ravaged and the people were devastated and the animals and the floral and thundera would be dying off, and that there would be rainbow warriors that would come from every corner of the earth from all directions, and that we would choose to be the love and the light and to rebuild a new world that I believe that we are amidst today. The month of October, we celebrate mental health awareness. And I was lucky to have an opportunity in 2013, a year after I got arrested and was asked to choose a side. I obviously chose the light. I was asked by Great Creator to walk the path and to follow my higher self's guidance that would lead me to where I am today. And I was introduced to the opportunity to use my voice for NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness, to share my story about how my life was affected being considered mentally ill. What I want to be really clear about today is that I don't believe in any illness. I believe that there are diagnoses right now, and that we have the opportunity with Creator to change it right now. My name, Yahira, was given to me in 2015. It is my original name, the name from the beginning of time, from the Pleiades. And the name Yahira means to enlighten. And in my lifetime, Lobos is my spirit animal within. I want to give thanks to my wolf who died last year, Aquila Star, for she's with us now. And to the Kachinas, mother, father, who walk with me. But in 2015, I was given the last name Lobos because the wolf is the pathfinder, the master teacher. Being born on a day of the 11 or 22, I was told by many astrologers that we are to step into our mastery in this lifetime. I was given an opportunity to share my voice on stage to break all the stigmas associated with mental illness and mental health. And I had a 6-minute monologue on October 13th of 2013 at the Lensic Theater in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the Holy City. I am right now in southern New Mexico, but I lived in the Holy City for 25 years, and I just relocated now to southern New Mexico. I want to give thanks to the beautiful woman, Dana, who allows me to live here in peace and harmony. This will be the first chance that I really get to write my story and look back on the last 10 years since I decided to become an advocate for those that are neurodivergent, which is a more mindful word for mental illness. So anybody who identifies with PTSD, CPTSD, bipolar, schizophrenia, ADHD, depression, these are all diagnoses that I believe are real for all of us. In 2013, I became certified as a peer advocate and an activist through NAMI and through the Empowerment Center so that I could teach others what our human rights were and to propose a better life for all of us rather than just taking the prescription drugs that were prescribed to me. I decided that I would not take the drugs because after taking one lithium pill, my whole body palpitated. And as I sat in meditation with my own guides, my guides told me that I had a choice. We all have a choice right now. This is mainly a really big theme of what I want to speak about today. It's about our choices, and it's about what we choose to believe and how we choose to go forward and to evolve on this hero's journey. I believe that many of us that were diagnosed, and I was diagnosed and misdiagnosed. So there were a few diagnoses that they gave me that I don't buy into. And so I won't even mention it. What I re-diagnosed myself as having PTSD, but complex. So CPTSD, I can relate to. That is when you had a lot of traumatic experiences as a child or as an adult that could affect you and your levels of anxiety that may make you think things that are not really there based on your own trauma. In other words, we're not clear. We're living in a state of fear. And PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, which can have you looping in the same old cycles with the same old dysfunctional relationships and jobs. And I moved around a lot when I was a child until I got sober. And when I got sober and I got certified and I got on stage and I told my life story. I'm kind of backwards in the sense that, I chuckle and I giggle because I got to travel around with the transformational music and art festivals in North America from 2012 to now. I'm a part of the family that's raising consciousness. We are the light workers that are the teachers, the facilitators, the movers, the shakers, the advocates, and the activists. We are the innovators and the builders of what will be the new earth, the paradigm of the Sacred Heart. Back then, when I got certified in becoming a peer advocate, I heard Great Creator tell me about these festivals. And so I follow the voice of my higher self to every event around North America, starting in Asheville, North Carolina, to South Carolina, to Georgia, to Florida, to California, to Arizona, to Colorado, to New Mexico. I got to become a coordinator and a volunteer. I heard Creator share with me that I get to choose how I get to live my life. So I asked if I could just be on the back burner and be a volunteer. So from 2013 till 2020, I went ahead and just traveled around North America, meeting many of the indigenous leaders that facilitate ceremony in the sweat lodge, in the medicine wheel, in the sacred hoop. I was invited to facilitate these ceremonies of the medicine wheel that honors the North, the East, the West, the South, above, below, within, starting in 2013. And I facilitated them up until 2018, where we birthed a rainbow medicine wheel with the collective at Tribal Vision up in Taos, New Mexico. I traveled around North America just being a volunteer, being hands in the kitchen, and, going to these festivals and maybe doing the door or saging people or gridding people with the crystals that I collected. And the gift that I had was being of an oracle, a conduit, as I am connected straight to source. I was born into this world backwards, like many of those elders shared with me, that I kind of acted like a heyoka. And I won't say that I am, but the heyokas are kind of backwards in the Lakota tradition. And I feel that I went out in this world and I'm backwards. Like everything that I do is backwards. And I feel like I was traveling around North America doing what was asked of me by spirit, but I wasn't really looking behind my shoulder to see who was watching me and who thought I was funny or weird or crazy, or I just was on a mission and I just followed the voice of God, doing all that was asked of me. And it wasn't until 2018 that I ended up in Taos, where when I asked everybody to build the rainbow medicine wheel in the way that I know, which is the water wheel, actually, with the flower of life, all of the students kind of fell to the ground and they had their own pile of rocks. And at the same time, simultaneously, in 2018, these children of the corn, that I call them, starseed youth, children and adults, started making their own designs in the medicine wheel. So instead of building the flower of life, they started to make their own geometric patterns and symbols in the 8-spoked wheel, which at the moment I was angry. And I remember rising above and being like, what's going on? And Spirit said, breathe and let's fly up above like the eagle. And let's see what they're drawing out on the ground. And let's not get angry and let's not get mad and let's just breathe. And while I was breathing, I was speaking back to source about what I was seeing. And to my own surprise, I literally was like, well, there's a Mary Magdalene rose that represents Christ consciousness. And then I saw there was an arrows with 4 directions, right? Representing the 4 directions with bow and arrows. Then I saw the infinity symbol. And then I saw the Aztec calendar. And then I saw the runes for protection for the divine masculine and feminine. Then I saw the sacred spiral. And at some point, I just was like, oh my God, what they're doing is they're representing globally all of us, all nations, all creeds, all colors, all religions. And it was a rainbow wheel. As I was receiving that message from source, from creator, from the divine, I realized at that point that my name, Yahira Lobos, that I was meant, that I am chosen, that I am contracted in, this is my mission, to free up the wheels, and not necessarily call them Native American medicine wheels, for they are intergalactic. They are on all planets and in all dimensions. There are sacred wheels that are even crop circles or labyrinths or fairy rings. But these are geometric shapes that take the form of every culture and every religion out there. And these geometric patterns, these symbols, are from the beginning of co-creation, and nobody owns them. And we're in a time right now where many people are following different religions and believe in different creators and call them different names like Great Creator, Wankantanka, Allah, Messiah, Jehovah, Jesus. And none of the people on the planet right now are wrong. We all came here to remember that we're multidimensional beings. And I trust that my name that was given to me, Yahira Lobos, is here to pave a new way for our people, by the people, because we are the people. When I traveled around North America, I wasn't really grounded. Like I said, I was kind of backwards and I wasn't all the way healed. Creator put me on the road so that I could help other people with my gift of being an oracle. I was sharing the crystals that Great Creator was sending me to different locations, and without tools, without using any hammers or obstruction to Mother Earth, I would find right on the top of the earth beautiful crystals. I have so many in front of me right now. I could show you this one. So selenite is what came to me first. Angel wing selenite looks like a feathered wing. And I found thousands of those pieces up in Galisteo, New Mexico. And I started to travel the North America festivals, and I would give away the oracle reading to anybody who was in front of me, seriously. And I would gift them a crystal. It was during that time that Great Creator told me that the vision I had when I was in daytop in rehab, when I was just 16 years old, the vision that I received back then is that one day I would be able to open up a nonprofit organization that would assist other neurodivergent people like myself that were also suffering from addiction, that were survivors of all abuses, that maybe that we could have our own nonprofit organization where we were teaching the indigenous ways how to live off of the land sustainably and simply to feed the next 7 generations, how to advocate for Mother Earth and to honor each direction on the medicine wheel. We honor all 12 months, all 4 seasons. We honor all of the power animals, the plant, the herbs and the flowers and the colors that we all utilize here on Earth, connecting us to all the elements of the earth, the water, the fire, and the very breath that we inhale every day. It's knowing about where you are on the medicine wheel of life and how to work with the medicines of this earth to heal thyself. And it was in 2013 that I started to give away those crystals, and I started to travel around North America. And even though I wasn't really grounded, even though I wasn't healed all the way from my trauma, I was able to be a gift and participate. And in participating, I got to learn from everybody else what they were sharing at these festivals. So as I was sharing, I was receiving. And I found a new school, which I believe that the festivals have a really big opportunity to bring us into the sacred. There might be a lot of talk about some of the leaders that are running these festivals not being mindful, being greedy, and using their money for their own self. We're not talking about those festivals, or the ones where they allow everybody to use every drug under the sun and sell alcohol. Because see, I'm walking this path of the purity, of the great purification. It was known that the Hopi said, we are in the time of the great purification right now. All of my brothers and sisters in Asheville, I love you so much. But this is part of the great purification. Whether people believe some of this is being caused by the 1% or the government or those malicious, malevolent, which is evil forces out there, there is something that all of us, we need to know, is that we're much more powerful than we can ever imagine. We are the strong ones that are here to come back and remember our multidimensional selves. I use the sacred wheel, the sacred hoop, the medicine wheel, the rainbow medicine wheel to honor, to unify all colors, creeds, religions, beings back to the sacred heart. Because the paradigm that is shifting right now is that we're going from an old patriarchal paradigm where men were in control. And I'm not saying that all men are bad, because that's not true. But what the patriarchal paradigm was all about was control. And many of the religions have control in their scriptures, in their books. And I found that every religion has a lot of truth. And then it also has a lot of ways that they use their words to control what we do, what we think, and what is good and what isn't, what is of the light and what isn't. We have polarity and duality on the planet, but the old paradigm is where we're actually held down by that control, where we're limited in our thinking and we're not living from a place of the heart. The new paradigm that all of us are birthed in since 2012 and throughout all of the prophecies that are being shared is one of the sacred heart. We are to find out who we are. Who are you? Why did you come here to earth? What is your mission? What is your gift? What talent do you want to share with the world? And what trauma have you been born into? What kind of dynamics have been perpetuating themselves through the cycles of our generations, going from one generation to the next? Mental illness, addiction, hatred, anger, any of the 7 deadly sins that we've been trapped in as humanity, we've been looping ourselves back into every lifetime. And this is a lifetime where every human being on earth right now is being asked to remember that we are the ones that we've been waiting for. And I believe that the reason why Creator had me go out there for 10 years and build up these festivals and facilitate rainbow medicine wheels and build them all around North America. And by the way, I took in the masses in my home whenever I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Anybody who was driving through the city, I took in visionaries from all over the world in my place. For the last couple of decades, I've been taking care of people because I was neurodivergent, not well. And it was kind of my job to help bring people into natural optimum wellness and being. A lot of times, all I would do was just talk to people. And because I've been through so much suffering, rape, domestic abuse, ostracization for using my voice, and even using my voice as I came out of a closet and shared on stage that I was neurodivergent, that I was mentally ill, I can't tell you how embarrassing it was. Because in Santa Fe, New Mexico, I wore a mask when I moved there in 1999 when I was 27, and I wouldn't allow people to know just how crazy I was. And there's a lot of people in the spiritual community right now who have a lot of projections and thoughts and ideas about what mental illness is and who's saying they are, who is and who isn't, who's got a gift, who doesn't. Somebody even told me the other day that anybody who says that they're mentally ill and says that they have a gift is narcissist. So I'm going down the rabbit hole the other day looking to see if I'm a narcissist, knowing that I did all this research 10 years ago, but somebody came to me and didn't really mean to say that directly to my face, but they were sharing something that I've been asking Great Creator, why do people treat me a certain way? I don't understand. It feels like in the spiritual community, I got attacked. And it wasn't until the last couple of years that I was able to stop doing these transformational music and art festivals when COVID came. It was a perfect opportunity for me. After I sat in 2 weeks of silence up in Maui, I received that I'm clear, that I'm good to go, that I can implement my vision for the new earth. Crystal Nations Collective is waiting to be manifested into an LLC and a nonprofit for youth, children, and families. I have a blueprint, and I've been talking about it for 12 years, and I didn't find any real help. a lot of times the people that wanted to help me, they needed help. And a lot of times people were viewing me as being crazy when I was just having a lot of trauma, and it made me feel crazy and I acted crazy. And so there was all of these projections and judgments and labels about me coming out of the closet and sharing about mental health, because in my eyes, somebody needed to talk about it. All of the festivals that I was going to, I was like looking at people while I was talking about my own trauma, and I was realizing they were me. I was talking to a reflection of who I am, but they didn't share that they had any trauma. A lot of these people were actually proposing to be the spiritual leaders and teachers who actually had a lot of trauma. It was unresolved and not healed. And so without trying, I did call them out. Like, hey, I think we all need to heal ourselves before we become a teacher and a healer. And don't you need to rectify with the good Lord, just really what's going on with you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And I feel that because I came out of the closet and because I talked about it around every sacred fire and Zoom calls with all of these spiritual leaders, I felt like on one hand, people saw who I really was and was grateful. But on the other hand, my shadow self, people were like, who the fuck are you to talk about mental illness? And either people thought I really wasn't, or that I was, but that there wasn't the good stuff that I was talking about in the middle, which was our gift. So sure, I believe that you could be diagnosed with any illness or a disease or a behavioral problem. But I believe that if you really take a look at what that is, don't believe and label yourself to be that for your whole life. Don't wear that for your whole life, but look into it and how can you heal from that? Because I believe that we can absolutely come into natural optimum wellness and being. We can be balanced. We can be grounded. I learned through the transformational music and art festivals that we could meditate, do breath work. I went to a silent meditation. Thank you, David Weber in Asheville, North Carolina, for giving me that opportunity. But sitting in silence for 2 weeks with no Wi-Fi and no shoes on the west coast of Maui, eating farm-to-table food, Kagan water, which is, mineralized water, breathing the breath work every day, doing Qigong, energy to breathe and clear your energy field, yoga to stretch your body out and to open up the meridians, to be able to talk in circles. Thank you to Chief Phil, who gave me an actual certification with talking with the 4 worlds. Thank you. Thank you. He is one of our grandfathers who is sharing about the eagle and the condor prophecy. And I'm so grateful for him giving me a certification to learn how to come into council, to talk about the things that really matter. Around North America, I held council with many beings. I was able to be invited to many of the reservations. I found that I am part of what I call the rainbow prophecy. Right now, I'm for the first time in a trailer on sacred land with a beautiful, strong warrior woman. I left a relationship of 6 years where I was engaged to the man that I actually really love. And I had to leave him after my wolf died last year. And I've been on a journey, a really painful one. This whole year, I went from place to place looking for a really good home. Everywhere I went, people were looking to be healed. They were in a state of psychosis. They didn't have food, or they didn't have a good living situation. A lot of people were struggling. And while I was looking for a safe place this whole year, I kept coming upon all of these problems, realizing that I'm alone in being neurodivergent, that mental health is up for the whole collective right now. And while I may have been attacked for using my voice and exposing something that we, the people, needed to look at collectively, mental health, it brought an awareness, because thousands of people have went down the rabbit hole that I started in 2013. And I don't suggest that anybody just throws out their medication right now, their pharmaceutical drugs, because I'm not your doctor and everybody's different. And I'm highly connected to my guides. And I've been practicing since I was a child, talking to my guides, listening to my guides, following the wisdom of my guides. And my guides told me that I was stronger than fuck and I could do this. Because I didn't know what prescription drugs were all about, that I would go bareback. And that's who I am. I'm the woman who went bareback, sharing my story, sharing my wisdom, doing whatever I could around the country. In 2020, when I got out of that silent meditation, I was given the opportunity to get back to Payson, Arizona, where I lived for the next 4 years. And I was being taught how to build the medicine wheels in Sedona and Payson, and to bring in a ceremony that was guided to me by Creator. I'm here to help other people remember that we are the Rainbow Warriors that have signed up to unify, to get over the racism and the separation that many cause amongst themselves and Source. I'm here to bring us into the sacred prayer and open up a venue that would allow youth, children, and families to have a curriculum, which is like a school that will teach social emotional education with a venue that will allow us to express ourselves. The whole thing is crystalline. I don't believe in using machines. I'm working with miners for over the last 10 years, as I do purchase crystals from Denver and Tucson. I work with the stone beings, and I'm here to also give them a voice and ask the whole world, how are we mining all of the resources on Earth? As an Akashic record reader, as I got certified with Amy Robeson, want to give thanks to her. In last year, I've been able to open up the Akashic records and know a little bit more of my mission here on Earth is to open up crystal nations, to facilitate the rainbow medicine wheels, and to give the oracle readings. I like to work with people one-on-one once. That means there are a lot of people on the planet who have information and wisdom as teachers and healers. And I have a plethora of those people that I interacted with, that I weaved with, that I networked with, that I've promoted, that I've actually been able to witness and be a part of what they teach. So I know them up front. And like these people that I could refer to anybody are people that I've known over the last decade. They walk their talk. None of us are perfect, but as an oracle reader, I have access to these master teachers and healers. So when I'm done doing a reading with people, I usually have it recorded, and I have a list of the resources and the people that you can actually, go down the rabbit hole and figure out just exactly what it is that you want to create in your life. I'm not a psychic. I don't tell you your future. I'm not here to tell people their future. The oracles are not here to tell people their future. A true Akashic record reader, a true oracle, a true light worker is going to actually make sure that we ask the right questions and that we give that network that we're connected to, that we can tap into, that we hand that to those people that could do their own research and see what resonates and what doesn't. Because no one oracle reader or Akashic record reader or healer, for that matter, or a facilitator of ceremony, a shaman, a medicine man or woman, no one individual, not even a religion, can save your ass. We're in charge of us right now, and it's up to us to clear all of the trauma from our ancestry, to step into the Sacred Heart. The way that I've came into my clarity and my groundedness is by utilizing the medicine of the earth through the medicine rainbow wheel. I believe that I triggered a lot of people when I traveled around the United States, that my personality was a little too much, that my ego may have been speaking a lot of the times because I just wanted to get the mission completed. That wasn't going to work in the way that I was. And so for the last 4 years, I've been going within. I got to meet up with Maureen Edwardson, who gifted me the ability to become certified with IRT, a quantum healer. This weekend, she gifted me another session so I can get that real certification by December. But the quantum healers are also here to not be the ones that are saving you or healing you. We are actually facilitating, ushering, and teaching other people about energy. And so I just want to say I'm really sorry to anybody that I may have triggered in a bad way, anybody that may have come up against my energy, that may have gotten blasted out of my energy field. My rage and my anger was really strong. And it's taken me these last 5 years, even up until the age of 53 right now. I'm still learning, healing, and growing. And so today I wanted to talk about the backdrop of like who I am and what I am continuing to never give up on, which is my dream of, gosh, guys, I've been dreaming about this for so long. For such a long time, I didn't know if I would ever be possible, but I know I am. And I wanted to bring a message to other people that really resonate with who I am, that really do follow me, because they also really relate to all of the problems that I had in my life. Like, we're no different. Maybe the situations are different. Maybe we grew up in different cities or countries or have a different personality. We may even have different gifts and talents. But a lot of us actually came to Earth and we died a few times to come back. I've had near-life death experiences and wake-up calls that were really scary. And I believe that when we have these near-life death experiences, it gives us a reason to remember who we really are and to call back those soul fragmented parts of ourselves back into wholesome wellness and awareness. And part of the journey right now is for us to not listen to that voice that tells us that we're not worthy, that we're not lovable, that we're not good enough, that we're crazy, that we're stupid, that we're not lovable. Like these voices were really strong in my head. They can be. They were this morning and yesterday. And every day I use the tools that were given to me to take a deep breath and to show up anyway. I'm looking for people that would love to build these rainbow medicine wheels around these attentional communities that I've been invited to. There's 33 properties right now that are asking me right now to come and build their rainbow medicine wheel with the stones that we collect around North America in prayer, in a sacred way, honoring the mineral kingdom. The way that we can build a medicine wheel on your property is just PM me and ask me. I would love for others to just cover our expenses and travel in there, making sure that we have food. I'm going to be open to donations. I'm not going to charge 10 grand like other people charge for certain things in people's backyard. This man was making 10 to 30 grand for building labyrinths for the rich people in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I don't want to be one of those people. I'm here to birth the new earth. I'm part of the prophecies that are being fulfilled. To all of our divine, indigenous, global grandmothers and grandfathers, thank you so much. To the way showers that are my age, that are becoming elders right now, thank you so much. To the starseed youth all around North America, thank you so much. To those that have land that are inviting us in a sacred way, in a good way, to come onto your land, to clear the land, and then to create a beautiful wheel that will bring you into sacred ceremony in your sacred way with your ancestors of the land in the way that feels best for you. So I have many designs that you can pick from. I have many different colors of stones that you can choose from. And then we can bring in other facilitators of the land to bless the land, the Native Americans of the land, whoever you feel connected that you would like to have bless the land. We invite those people, the people that will teach and do ceremony, we'll invite them and all the children and all the family. And together we can build a sacred wheel together because we are mending the sacred hoop. It's part of the prophecy. This is how we unify. There is a prophecy by way of the Kogi Colombians with the Hopi and the Sacred Heart where we are actually on a pilgrimage right now. As we speak, there are many in ceremony that are carrying the sacred fires from long time ago with the ceremonies that have been bringing the prophecies of our unification. So I ask in a really humble way, in a really good way, for people who work with gemstones, with people who are neurodivergent that are looking to help build a new earth, for people who are willing to do retreats with Crystal Nations Collective, collecting in a sacred way the stones and in ceremony. I'll be having retreats next year. I am available for oracle readings. I've been the woman behind the scenes for all of the master teachers, healers, shamans, medicine men and women, and elders here in North America. I've been the one that has been initiating these beautiful readings that come the way as a gift from Source, from Pachamama, and from Francine DiGeorgio, from all of the walk that I have experienced through my suffering. I get to now turn that over into a blessing as a gift and share with you some of the blueprints, some of the ways that we can go forward. As far as Mental Health Awareness Month goes, I want to give a message out to anybody that suffers and tell you that this is not the be all end all, that this is just the beginning of us healing every disease on earth with eating beautiful, healthy foods that have no GMOs, where we're breathing in the clean air because there are no chemical trails, where we're able to drink clean, free flowing water for the next 7 generations because there's no pipelines. I am an advocate and an activist of this earth. So when I pray in the medicine wheel, it's for all of us. It's for all of humanity to come through that, through their life, receiving the medicine that they are to transmute, to transcend all darkness back to light. That's another topic that I'd like to share, is that we may be underneath spiritual warfare. We may be not liked or attacked by other people. I am one who's taken on a lot of suffering, and I want you to know that it ends in my life with me, because anybody that I can influence or inspire or empower to know that every time we get hit with a negative energy or a bad thought or a bad feeling, or if we get attacked physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, we have the ability to pray. My prayer in those moments is this: I ask all my benefic guides of the north, the east, the west, the south, above, below, within, to come and be with me right now. Yeshua, come and be with me. Archangel Michael, come and be with me. My ancestors, come and be with me. My power totem animals, come and be with me. And together, we call upon any entity or energy that's in a lower vibrational space. We command all of your benefic guides of the north, the east, the west, the south, above, below, within, to assist us and our guides in ushering you into the light. We command you to go into the light, for your job here on earth is complete. Thank you for teaching us so many lessons that now will become blessings. We appreciate you. There's no need to fear anything else, but we are the portal through prayer, through intention, to usher them into the light. It is done in all directions of time and space, all that is known and unknown, past, present, and future. It is done. It is done. It is done. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel really complete in asking for help and building a team for Crystal Nations. If you're really interested in any of the things that I spoke about, just PM me. And I want to leave this part for Christolight, Robbins, and I to have the Sacred Light conversation. If there's anything that you want to ask me or anything that you want to share, because we're all channels of God. We're all here to be connected to our source, to our heart, and to Pachamama. I want to say thank you so much, Christolight, for giving me this opportunity. I love you. Thank you. Aho and ahe. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And yeah, there's not really too much for me to say other than, it's an honor. It really is an honor to be here and to be present and to be able to share the space with you today on your birthday. And, it's very powerful, very clear, and very pure words. And they resonate. And, we're really being called in this time to really own ourselves and to own our power and to really own our authenticity. And along with that, to also own our voice and to utilize our voice for the collective, for each other, for us as one. And there's many out there that we can call the voiceless right now.
Yes.
That just do not have the space, do not have the platforms, do not have the support systems to be able to use their wisdom and spread their experiences like seeds across the world. So that is why I'm very grateful to be able to be here today, hosting a space for such to happen, as my journey has been through many trials and tribulations as well. And we are both here today as standing forms of the divine light in these human avatars and beings to show to you a reflection that you can carve your own authentic path in this world, no matter how much culture there may be, no matter how much quote unquote race there may be, no matter how much religion, no matter how much class, no matter how much money or anything else there is. You can carve your own path that you feel authentic within your own self, connected to your higher being. And it's a very whole path, very whole path indeed. And I just want to really remind us that the darkest times in our life and the most difficult times in our life are also the biggest opportunities of our life as well. And in those opportunities, we're able to access and we're able to be given choices to where we can utilize our unconditional love and our power that we have within ourselves. And what I've found is through our choices, we can either step into that power and choose to own what we've been birthed with, or we can continue to allow the world to decide for us what our life is. And there's been many times of reprogramming my journey. That reprogramming has been deep, that's for sure.
Mine too.
But I just want to let you guys know that we've been through these journeys to be able to hold spaces, to be able to provide insight and different strategies and ways for those of you that are going through it now. And if you are someone that is struggling today or within this period of life with mental health, with your emotional health, and with your physical and spiritual health, just reach out. Reach out to us. Reach out to your community. Reach out to maybe your friends or those that you may know from events or festivals that our shamans or our holistic practitioners. And maybe you just haven't reached out to them yet, but you know that that is what they do and that's what they offer. Don't forget that you can always try that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's this feeling that I've been having within myself lately. And that feeling is like there truly is nothing to wait on. There truly is nothing that will save us. You know, there's not anything that's just gonna pop into thin air. It's us. You know, we came here for a reason. And we're here with that power within us. Each and every one of us. In the fabric of our being, flowing through our bloodstream right now in this moment as oxygen and consciousness, causing electric to flow through our cells right in this moment, and giving those cells conscious community and sense of community and unification naturally and organically in this moment. And that's just talking about our most dense version of our human self, the physical body. So when you think like, wow, that's the feeling of the physical body, and the physical body is the most lowest form or dimensional density of our human being.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And then when you start learning about, you know, how modern science and everything else is now connecting and bridging the visualization now of being able to see our aura, being able to see our energy field, seeing the light body. This literally gives us the full-blown third dimensional identification of seeing the rainbow body now. And seeing the rainbow body, it literally gives us the literal of being the rainbow warriors, the rainbow children. And that's how much we are evolving here on this planet now, guys, is the 4D and 5D is now blending with the 3D, where our collective is now going to be normal for us to know our multidimensional selves. And that's going to be our normal schooling. That's going to be our normal self. That's going to be our normal awareness. And what we got to remember in this time is it's already happening.
Yes.
So buckle up.
Buckle
Ground
up.
in.
Ground in.
Open your heart.
Open
Celebrate
the
a little bit.
Yay.
Come together and share what you love. Share what you're passionate about. And allow that to be what matters. And that's it. What we love and what we're passionate about. What more is there than that?
There isn't. Love. Love is the way. Love is the new religion, so to speak, where we get to share who we really are instead of our trauma. So there's a YouTube channel underneath Yahira Lobos. I believe that my email that you're sharing here on the, it's a different one. If they wanted to donate, it's a PUFFERELLAS. I'll probably put it down on the comments if anybody wants to donate to Crystal Nations. I'm about to make it an LLC and a nonprofit. I do believe that next year, as I'm traveling the circuits of the transformational music and art festivals, Many of the younger beings that I met 10 years ago are already stepping up into leadership. And I'm going to be really grateful to kind of like now step into my elderhood where, you know, we're passing the batons and I could kind of take a step back without ever really being a big leader. This is so funny. The backwards thing that I am. So as the old paradigm is shifting, I just want to, share this with anybody who might really resonate with this as well. Some of us never really became a head honcho. We never got thousands of dollars, or we weren't really honored in that way. Not yet. What I'd like to say to all of you is that our time is coming to be able to do that. But simultaneously, while that is happening, we will also not have to really wear that hat, because we are dismantling the hierarchies, which means there is no above and no below. We all have something to share. We're all at a different pace of evolution as our consciousness is evolving and we're healing. I'm realizing that those of us that are supposed to rise up, don't be too surprised if our rising up is standing with the people and never on those platforms, because I personally love to speak and would love to have that. But at the same time, I know that the New Earth leaders and teachers are sharing, and there's many of us that will be ushering in these templates. That's what I want to say. And so I'm feeling that a lot of leaders are going to take their head honcho-ness and get their hands and feet dirty now and really help the people, because I've been witnessing that happening with Asheville. A lot of the leaders who would never get their hands and feet dirty, they're in it right now. And we're all getting our wisdom from above and from below, and we're showing up in a really humble way. The 7 sacred laws that the Kachinas have taught me to enforce here on earth were truth, honesty, compassion, wisdom, respect, humility, gratitude. And so we want to really connect with those sacred laws and just always ask ourselves, how could we do better? And then move towards that. But know that we're also imperfect and we're going to do our best, and at our best, sometimes it isn't good enough and we still might feel like we're failing. We're not failing if we show up. What we're doing is we're practicing and becoming better. So allow your vulnerability, your truth to be spoken to all people so that we could be held accountable as we are birthing the new earth leaders right in this moment, right now. I pray that all of the people that don't have the funds or electricity, water, food, safety, safe spaces, education, I pray today, my wish today, I wanted to share my wish today. My wish is that every human soul that I met that is doing the good work, those that I have not met, this goes to every human soul on the planet. My wish today is that Source, the Divine Father and Mother, Creator, our Pachamama, Mother Earth, knows her children, for we are all part of her beingness. We are not separate from Mother Earth. We are not separate from the Divine Father. So our mother and our father, which are the Kachinas right here. Hello, everybody. We're here observing and witnessing all of humanity. And we see all of you that are working really hard. We're not perfect, and we acknowledge that. But all of you that are showing up right now, that has a vision, that has a blueprint, that has a dream, a gift, or a talent, I pray today that not only I get to rise up, that we rise in the light of who we really are as multidimensional beings, connected from the heavens above to Pachamama below us. May all of our benefic guides and ancestors enforce sacred law, for we are the ones that we've been waiting for. I pray that you all have that courage and strength and that respect and that love for yourself and your vision and for humanity and earth to continue to be grateful and humble, to share your truth, to be honest, to have compassion as you share your wisdom. I ask for the support from all of our benefic guides and star beings, from the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Sirians, from the Super Galactic Center, for all those that are carrying the light codes of Lemuria and of Atlantis in a good way. May we rebirth the new earth in a better way. We've never done this before. We are at a historical, monumental moment in time and space where we are able to surpass all of our limitations as we purify our body, mind, heart, and soul. I am going to go forth with the last thing to say that on my birthday, they're asking me to give up marijuana. And as a neurodivergent woman, this is one of the last medicines that I will be giving up for the purpose of purification. And if anybody wants to do a 40-day purification together to get off of marijuana or alcohol or any drugs, and to come into meditation and share Qigong yoga and our breath work, where we could set up a platform where it takes us through the 40 days and 40 nights, where different leaders can share on a different day, where we can all share our experience and hold each other accountable. On my birthday, I would like anybody who feels really called to doing this with me to help me help myself. I have Aquarius in my North Node and in Mars, and I'm all about humanity. I am a manifesting generator. So I am wishing for all of us to purify. That is part of the prophecies that we are all following, that I know that I am following. The rainbow prophecy is where we're all unifying. So who feels called as a rainbow warrior and rainbow warriors to listen? The thing about marijuana is that it holds us back, and we can get to a higher vibration. And I'm not saying that we need to give it up forever. I'm hearing great creators say, do it, babe. You got this. Help humanity evolve, and we'll help you evolve. And we're going to raise you all up to a higher vibration. And we're going to do this. And there's going to be more to be learned about this purification that we're all going through with our food as well. And I want to inspire other people and be vulnerable and share that I have to do this right now. I'm being asked, so that next year when I'm building medicine wheels, that I'm really pure as a clear channel, and that I won't have any, let's just say that when I smoke pot and I'm around other people, things get paranormal. So if I'm clear, there will be no opportunity for that to come in, because I'll be super grounded. Marijuana was really good for me for a long time. I'm not telling other people what to do, just asking if anybody wants to purify with me and to be a part of this, because there is a bigger call that I've been hearing for a lot of us to give up the marijuana. And if you resonate with that, PM me. And my PayPal is set up at Pufferellas. It's PUFFERELLAS. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok under Crystal Nation 777 and Crystal Nations 777 for TikTok. Instagram is just Crystal Nation 777. Facebook is Francine DiGeorgio. And if you want to book a reading with me or make a donation, I would be so grateful. And if you would love to make a donation to Christolight Robbins for all that he's doing and bringing the greater voices together. And I also wanted to share with you that I've been sharing with your podcast with everybody. So I have a lot of people who want to be a part of it. So if you're feeling called to be a part of his podcast, it's a really great way to get your voice out there. And if you want to make a donation, please go to all of the links that he has here at the bottom of the screen to support him and all that he does. You're a beloved brother. I felt so tingly in my heart this whole time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so complete at this moment. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Phew. Yeah, I feel that one. I feel the Kundalini. Wow.
You got it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so beautiful. Wow. Thank you for sharing. and
you.
joining us today on your birthday. Like, cannot ask for a better way to share space and spend time today, giving you an
Yes.
opportunity to be able to voice yourself on your Earth Day and to like really to spread this beautiful message of the rainbow prophecy. Thank you so much again. And for everybody else out there, you can check out in the description below, whether on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of her links and how you can donate to her as well. And for everybody out there, if you guys want to be a part of community activities regarding myself, you guys can always reach out. I do have an online community where we are starting to build and grow together worldwide. And then you can also reach out to her as well and be a part of her community activities. And for everybody out there, that
144.
what's that?
It's 144 where I am right now. Just wanted to say.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So I guess that will do it for this episode. And wow, thank you to all of you that are in the comments. Thank you for all of you that are listening and tapped in. And I appreciate you guys participating, sharing your energy and your light, and being a part of this wave and ripple that we just sent out into the universe. And
Yes.
it is so. Ashe and Aho. And
Yes.
again,
Mhm.
happy Earth Day, sister.
Thank you so much. Much love to all of you. Have a beautiful day. Aho and ahe. I'll say too. Yes.
Everybody, wholeness and balanced love.
Okay.